Hello, hello, hello. Yes, today be surprised about a wonderful talk from Eckhart about the transformation from letting go the heavy rucksack of all the things that are stuck in your mind and repetitively bringing you into an unenergetic and depressed kind of feeling throughout your whole day almost. Yeah, this is not needed, and there are ways out there, and they don't need a lot of effort, but they show a huge impact. Yeah, and that is, besides that realization that this is how you work, heavy stuff, for example, having heavy stuff on your shoulders pushes you, presses you down. Of course you feel pressed down when you have such thoughts in your mind. Completely understandable. And the other way is, if something happens, some sudden moment, situation occurs, shows up, and you are involved, or you get to confronted with it. Yeah, and very suddenly, so it's maybe not easy to react on it. Yeah, be curious, stay open-minded, open-hearted, and listen to this wonderful talk from Eckhart about this. And don't miss out on your wonderful free gift in the end of this talk. Now enjoy, lean back, relax, it's your time. Take a cup of room temperature tea or water, and then put on your earplugs and listen to the fullest of your joy and awakening.
The first thing is you see the cause is there. That's the cause. And on the surface level, this is perfectly true, but that's only the surface level. And then, so tomorrow, when you encounter the first little thing that brings about perhaps a minor form of unhappiness in whatever form, to be very alert, like the bird, and say, okay, where does it come from, this situation? Let's say I'm stuck at the airport, my flight's been cancelled. This is a little situation, not a huge problem, but sometimes you might make it into a huge problem, the mind. So you're there, you feel anxious, angry, irritated. Ultimately, you're suffering. It's a small form of suffering. Well, this situation is... Now, ask yourself, if I did not add any narrative to this situation that I'm finding myself in, how would I experience this situation? Narrative meaning certain thoughts that go through your mind that refer to the situation. Now, if I did not add ultimately, since we're using an airport analogy or example, this narrative you could consider to be excess baggage that you carry around. And you carry it around in your life. You don't know it. And that becomes the burden of me. It becomes the burden of self, of a heavy sense of self. And you start discovering it in a little situation, like at the airport. You start discovering already the burden of yourself. How would I experience this situation without the excess baggage of my narrative with which I judge the situation? Okay, you have plenty of time because your flight has been cancelled, so you can experiment. Say, okay, now I'm here. Now I am letting go of the narrative. Nothing has changed in the situation. The external situation is still the same. On the board it says cancelled. Or maybe you're standing and there's a huge lineup, 100 people or more, which before this was a terrible situation. You're finding it absolutely dreadful. This airline is an awful airline. That's all gone because you're experimenting with experiencing the situation without the narrative. So you remove the narrative. What remains then is the naked, so to speak, the bare, naked isness of that moment. The isness, the simple isness of the present moment. And nothing has changed externally, but you have put down or let go of the excess baggage in your mind. And what is it that you're now experiencing? You're experiencing your body standing there. You experience your sense perceptions. You look around. You listen to whatever sounds may be there. Whatever other sense perceptions may be there, and you realize that you're breathing. Oh, that's interesting. I'm breathing. And then you say, okay, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. Actually, without the narrative, I feel alive, I feel I'm breathing, and I'm even beginning to feel a little bit of aliveness pervading my body in this moment. I can feel that there's an aliveness in every cell of the body that pervades I feel alive, I'm breathing. And you don't even need to tell yourself that, you simply notice it. You notice whatever sense perception is here in the present moment. And suddenly, you're experiencing the same situation as no longer something that causes you suffering, because you have removed the mental narrative.
Thanks so much, Eckhart, for this talk. And I hope that all of you could connect just as deeply as I do when I listen to Eckhart's talks. The depth of this message here is really allowing yourself to loosen up the relationship you have with your unconscious and conscious mind, with the narrative thing that you're telling yourself that is about something in the outside. Learn to let that rucksack, call it a rucksack, put all the thoughts, all the worries, all the sorrows, put it all into a rucksack. Visualize a rucksack, maybe a black one, maybe a blue one, maybe a light yellow one, whatever color you would like to take, and put all these heavy thoughts inside of it. Then close it up and say, I'm gonna let you stand in that corner of this room, and I'm not gonna touch you again before I leave this place. And this place could be an hour of meditation, an hour of guided trance, could be listening to a talk, but could also be going into a retreat, maybe a Zen Buddhistic cloister, maybe where you are forced to do some work and to do meditation every morning, every evening, and maybe also at lunchtime. Yeah, this is something that brings you down right into your essence. And why do we want to reach that essence? Because from there you find your soul power, your energy, your impulses of a path that leads you to joy, to more joy, to create more and more and more and more and more of it. Yeah, and that's for everyone possible. You can do it on a daily basis, just right in your everyday life. Connecting to yourself, meditate for 5 minutes, connect to your body, connect to your feeling, how you feel. And then when the thoughts come rising up, breathe deeply in and out until you can disconnect to these feelings that these thoughts cause inside of you. Maybe you get nervous, maybe you get sad, maybe you get angry, maybe you get afraid, maybe whatever. But the thoughts will cause some kind of feeling within you. And you do that breathing practice with your closed eyes just as long as you feel now you are not connected. The bond of emotions to your feelings is cut through. And that's the most important thing, to reach your essence and to reach for joy, for more joy for you and your family members. And now I wish you a wonderful day, a beautiful time. I remind you here with who you are always, and that is the lottery win in your life. Yes, that is who you are and what you are. A huge lottery win to all of us. So enjoy this being from now on. And don't forget your free gift from me, which is a free coaching session. Yes, how great is that? Look me up, my email on the description of the channel. Write me an email, and then after 9:30 p.m. European time, we can look which date fits for this time frame. Yes. And now I let you go into your wonderful baggageless moments. Every night you can put this baggage aside as well.